Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 13 of the handbook. Yes, I know I've been gone for longer than a month when it comes to guides. But one thing I can always promise you guys is that I am like the biggest oak tree, or I'm like the biggest tree that you will ever find in Scum. Okay, I'm unmovable, I'm never going anywhere. So, any of you wondering if I'm changing priorities or I'm thinking of other games or anything like that. No, not at all. I will always be here. The only way to get rid of me in Scum is by either chopping me down, and the only way that can happen is if the devs one day ban me for some reason, or if the entire forest burns down. And that means basically if the devs gives up on Scum. So there's only two ways in which Scum can stop being my best game ever that I've ever played. And because I'm very passionate about survival games and I'm very passionate about games that challenge me, and games that I can immerse myself in, where Scum is right at the top regarding that. So, first of all, just to my community that loves watching guides, the game is going through a lot of updates. A lot of people have asked me to make shorter videos, so I'm working on scripting a short tutorial guide that I'm planning for the next few weeks until the 0.85 update comes out. And then when the 0.85 update comes out, I'm planning on doing my best guide ever. But just understand that a lot of planning goes into it. A lot of IRL things happens to me because, I'm not doing this full time yet. And yeah, my responsibilities are just becoming more and more as I grow the channel and as I create new servers. But to make a long story short, I'm not going anywhere. Scum will be and stay my passion, my only game that I get excited about for many years to come, unless the devs give up on it, which I don't think they will do. So just understand I'm not going anywhere. The reason I play other games now and then is just to give you guys other options. Like, this is my passion. Um, and without a game like Scum, I won't be playing games. Without new survival games coming out and games that challenge me, I won't really be doing gaming because I've been in front of a PC since the age of 6 with Civilization One, and Duke Nukem and all the Sierra Quest games. So I've been in front of PCs my entire life, and if it wasn't for games like Scum, I won't be interested in any other games. Okay, so this is my passion, but the reason that I'm trying other content is not to let you guys know I'm bored. It's to give you other options because I'm not sure if you are as passionate or as dedicated as me. So I'm basically just giving you guys other options which I feel you will enjoy while you're waiting for the new update, or while you're waiting for things to change in Scum so that you can be happy with Scum, where I'll always be happy with Scum no matter what they do. So yeah, that's just a short message from me to my community, and a lot of things. I'm planning a lot of things, so don't worry, guys. And for all your friends and family or other people that you'd like them to play with you, but they are not willing to invest the time in my 31 hour, 1 hour and 30 minute videos. They don't have the patience for that. The upcoming tutorial series will be very, very short videos, that they can watch once a day. And then the ultimate guide, which I'm going to be starting at the 0.85 update, will also be my most edited, let's call it professional, between brackets, guide that I've ever done. Okay. So if you'd like to help anyone get into this game, the upcoming tutorial series will be the best time wise because it will be the shortest series I've ever done. And then the ultimate guide, will help them to understand the game completely. But in any case, on on the last, on the last page, on the last chapter of the handbook, we're going to be covering base building. Now, one thing I want you to understand about base building is there's a lot of videos out there that shows you how to try and make an unraidable base, how to use exploits, okay? And I'm not going to tell you not to watch those videos. All I'm going to tell you is if you ever use those videos on my servers, you will get banned, okay? So any kind of shortcuts or exploits, or I don't want to get raided, or I don't want to get killed, or I want to raid much easier than the average player. Any shortcuts that you guys are looking for, if you watch those videos for those shortcuts, then it's better for you to play on those servers or servers that will allow behavior like that, because my servers will never allow behavior like that. So it's nothing against you, but if you take that information that other YouTubers are giving you to use on my servers, it will just never work. Okay. I am definitely like one of the last Mohicans when it comes to purity and thinking about my community more than I think about myself. And I want you to experience the game as it was intended to be experienced. And I promote that with my videos and with my servers. So, yeah, just a short little note there. But one thing that I've learned about base building, and first of all, I am not a pro with base building. I don't really regard myself as a pro with anything. I'm a jack of all trades. So I can do absolutely everything in Scum, um, you know, above average. Like I'd say I can do everything in Scum above the average player's skill set. But I won't say I'm a specialist in anything in Scum except for having fun. I think I am a specialist in having fun, making people laugh, and making people appreciate what they can do with a game, if they learn from me or they look how I play the game, it just opens up their options for a game. So I think I am a specialist with having fun and then just figuring things out. I love figuring things out. Like some people won't watch an hour video of mine, but I'll spend a week figuring out one thing. I'll spend 50 hours figuring out something that I don't think I fully understand, or something that someone wants me to help them with. I don't have a problem with spending 40 hours on it. So, but I mean, I am going to make the shorter series just to bring more people into the game, whether they join my community or whether they play on my servers. I don't really care on what servers they play. I just want to expose more people to this game because to me, Scum is the best game on the planet. Just like the meat grinder, for me, is the most difficult server on the planet. But I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Okay. So when it comes to base building, I want you guys to be as creative as possible. Because first of all, yes, you can never make a base that can't be raided. All you can do is make it more time consuming for someone to raid you. For instance, I don't care what base you build, because I can do kill boxes, because I can craft pipe bombs, because I can collect grenades, because I'm probably going to use rocket launchers. There's no base that I can't raid. The only thing you can do is to make the amount of work that I have to put into raiding your base longer. That's all. Okay? You can just make the amount of resources that I need to raid your base. You can make that more. But you can never make your base unraidable. And it's very important for my community to enjoy the game and not to focus on these shortcuts or trying to be the best PvPer or bragging about raiding everyone, because I always compare it to when we were younger. If you just think about yourself, then no one's going to want to play with you. But if you play a game and everyone enjoys themselves, and it's not important to you to win, but it's more important for you for everyone just to have fun, then more and more people are going to want to play with you. Okay. I'm not saying you mustn't kill people or you mustn't raid bases. I'm saying that instead of only joining servers that are already full, be the person that fills the server up in the first place. Okay. Don't let other people or a server pop determine whether you're going to play on that server or not. Okay. I want my community to be leaders, to be innovators, to be creative, to create things that are new, to teach me things instead of just following. Okay. I'll play on a server if it's full. I won't be the one filling it up. I will just go to a server when everything is how I want it to be. I won't make any effort to let that server be, to make that server what I want it to be. I'm not going to be the friendly guy helping everyone. I'm not going to be the guy that doesn't raid. I want to be the guy that raids everyone and brags about it in general chat and uses every exploit in the game to raid people and brag to my friends how good I am. And it's me, and it's me, and it's me, and it's me, or me and my clan. Okay, so it's either you or your clan that isn't thinking about the community. And I can give myself as an example. I can, because of the people that I know, I can get the best demolition player in the game, the best lockpicker in the game, the best PvPer in the game. Like, I can build the ultimate team and I can destroy every single server that we go to. I can basically hop from one server, raid everyone, and then, I don't know, I am going to remove my Twitter link below because I just don't want to associate myself with any of those type of communities. I will still be using Twitter just to see Tommy Slav's posts. But for anyone that sends me messages on Twitter, I'm not going to use Twitter anymore, or Facebook or anything. I want to remove myself from things that don't uplift people. And I don't think Twitter or Facebook or any of those social medias uplift people. And if you're not interested, if you just want me to get to A, B, and C, then wait till tomorrow. Okay? If you don't want me to talk about things like this, wait till tomorrow. Click off this video right now if you want to, because this will be my core. Yes, I'm going to make a very, very short tutorial guide series, where you only need to spend 5 or 10 minutes on it to learn a lot of things without any fluff. Yes, I'm going to make how to play Scum, which will be my best guide ever when 0.85 comes out. But at my core, I will always focus on you more than the mechanics of the game. There will always be fluff in my videos, so please understand that. Yes, I understand shorter videos or more concise videos are the way of the world. That's how everyone does it. That's how you get more subscribers. That's how you get more views. But that's not why I started my channel. I didn't start my channel to get views or to get an ego or to have fans. I don't even like using the word fans. I know a lot of content creators love using the word fans, and they like putting themselves above everyone else, or they like feeling important. I don't feel important. I feel like there's a reason that I exist, and I just want to strive to be the best person my creator intended me to be. So I'm just going to focus on what makes me me, and Scum is part of it. So okay, there's almost been 15 minutes. But what I want you to focus on base building is that I don't really want you to follow guides with base building. I want you to create something, share it with the community. If you're in my community, go share it, put it in the screenshots, DM me, ask me what you think about it, tell me about interesting things that you're thinking about so that we can help each other. Like Blue, my son, has played Rust for thousands of hours. He spent thousands of hours in there's like a system in Rust where you can just build a base in God mode. So he's tested thousands of builds and he shared a few ideas with me. But even he said, yes, you can do a lot of things to make it very difficult for a clan to raid you when you're online. But even him, with his thousands of hours of experience, agrees that it's impossible to you. It's a waste of your time to make a base that is almost unraidable, because it's just impossible, and it's definitely impossible in Scum. And if you don't play on my servers and you play on other servers that don't have specific rules protecting you, then there's 1,000 exploits to make it extremely easy to raid you. Okay, so just understand that I don't want your focus to be on not being raided. I want your focus to be on creativity. Make a base that you haven't seen before. Play around with things and enjoy yourself. It's a game, okay? Just enjoy yourself. So with my experience, I definitely enjoy everything I do. But with my experience, one of the weaknesses about the base building at the moment is the way the snapping system works. So this is definitely not a copy of Rust, okay? This is not a replica of Rust base building. I've played in Rust, and I think Rust base building is probably at the top when it comes to base building and how creative you can be. And this is definitely not Rust base building. So the biggest weakness for me is how open your base can become if you don't focus on supports. So the first big tip I can give you is, when you start building your base, start like this, without walls, because walls is your biggest weakness when it comes to your base right from the start. So I don't need this wall here, so I'm going to stand on this side. So what I want you to do is, when you put down your foundation, don't snap a floor to any wall. Make sure you snap all your floors to the supports, because if a person destroys the wall, then everything else is going to collapse, which was connected to that wall. But if a person destroys the wall that I'm going to build here, then just the wall is going to disappear, because I snapped the floor to the support. So they have to destroy the support to let this floor come down, okay? And if I make a base like this that has no supports inside, which is nice and spacious, if I make a base like this, yes, it's nice because I'm saving on base parts, and it looks a lot cleaner. But if I make a base like this, I cannot really go up higher, because as soon as I go up higher, then one explosion, one C4, one wall that gets destroyed costs me way too many parts. Luthais, what do you mean it costs you way too many parts? Okay, so this base has got no supports. All the floors are connected to the walls, okay? So this floor or roof, whatever you want to call it, is connected to this wall. But I mean, without this floor can't exist, okay? So when this floor goes away, then at least this floor or whatever is supporting it, but there's nothing else supporting it. So let me just simplify it for you. This is a base without any supports. Okay, so with one grenade, I destroyed the wall, the second wall, the third wall, everything else, the stairs that was connected to it, and 2 floors. So with one grenade, and remember, if you upgrade your base to concrete, then every part you build takes a ton of time, takes a ton of resources. And if I had loot there, all the loot is gone. All the loot will be destroyed. Okay? So it was basically 1, 2, 3 walls and 3 floors. It was like 7 parts that got destroyed with 1 grenade. Now let's look here where I snapped the floors to the supports, not the wall. It is exactly the same as that other one was. Let's see how much parts I lose now. Because there, if I upgraded that entire base to concrete, I just lost 7 concrete parts. And for anyone that's upgraded a part of their base to concrete, they know that that is no joke. And I mean, the higher I went, the more I would have lost. And if there was any loot on that floor, then I would have lost that as well. Okay? Sorry about the cell phone sounds, guys. It's not your cell phone, it's my cell phone. So, yeah, we're going to do the same. We're going to take the grenade, attach it to the wall, and then pull pin. Like, those floors are only connected to one support. Okay? But the biggest problem with Scum at the moment when it comes to base building is there isn't enough snapping points. So you can only snap it to one thing. And if that thing gets destroyed, then whatever that thing was supporting, it gets destroyed as well. So you can build a 5-layer tower. If they blow up, like if this 3x3 was 9 floors high, they would only need to destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 walls. If they destroy those 12 walls, your entire base comes down. Or they can just put the grenade here. Okay? And then now they only have to destroy 9 foundations to bring your entire base down. So, in short, if you don't want to be frustrated, if you don't want to replace a lot of base parts, don't go higher for now. Don't build towers, okay? And I mean, here, I haven't even tested this, but here I upgraded everything to, almost everything to cement, okay? So, here I asked myself, if I upgrade everything, okay? If I upgrade absolutely everything, like this wall is, if you look at normal snapping, this wall is snapped to that wall, to that wall, to that, to the foundation, to the roof. There's so many things supporting this wall. And it's all upgraded. And it's being supported like that. This wall here is being supported by this roof as well. Okay, so there's so many things supporting that wall. It's not even funny. But it doesn't matter what it is supported by. I'm just trying to see how I can explain this to you guys as best as I can. Yes, if I take out, the foundations, it's all going to come down. If I take out the supports, it's all going to come down. But what I did here is I focused on this wall that I just showed you guys. So I asked myself, how do I not let all the walls come down? And then I just snapped it to as many things as I can, at the moment, there's only one snapping point in Scum's base building, which is its biggest weakness. The base building needs a lot of work. But for now, if we have to look at multiple snapping points, then which Scum doesn't have, then this wall is supported by that wall, and that wall, and that floor, and that support, and that floor, and the foundation. It's supported by a lot of things. But it really doesn't matter. Now, I'm just trying to fighere out where's this. So this, I think this is the, like, this is like the wall supporting it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spawn C4 here. Okay. So instead of complicating it for you guys, the wall above this wall, the wall above this wall also has a lot of supports. Okay. But that doesn't count. That doesn't count at the end of the day. Because if I put a C4 down here, okay, it's got a little bit of health left. It's got a little bit of health left. So let me just spawn in a grenade. I think grenade will be enough. So just attach the grenade there. Okay, so there you guys see. I took out the wrong support. But because I took this support away, it doesn't matter how many things those two walls were snapped to, it's coming down. It doesn't matter that that top wall was touching that wall, so supported by that wall, and supported by that wall, and supported by that floor. It doesn't matter. Walls only snap on top of walls and supports. Nothing else can support a wall. The only way to put a wall on in the air like this is to have a support. So a support almost acts like a wall. So it doesn't matter if I made this tower 9 stories high. If I destroy what supported the wall on top of the support, but even if there was a wall there and I destroy that wall, it doesn't matter if there was 500 supports supporting all the other walls, all the walls will come crumbling down, which makes you lose a lot of base parts. The only reason I didn't lose the floor is because you can see I put supports in, okay? But what I'm trying to make you understand is it doesn't matter if your base is leveled up to concrete. You can test your build with tweaks. If something falls apart with tweaks, it will fall apart with concrete. So there are some people that think like if you upgrade the base, it won't be this bad, you know, like the base will have better support. No, the support structure is the same. Doesn't matter what you upgrade your base parts to. So the biggest tip I can give you here is when you build the base you want to build it. Try and give them as many layers to go through as possible. Try and make it as difficult as possible for them to get to your foundations. And if you don't want to lose a lot of parts, don't build higher than one level. Okay? Build like this, and then build this. Okay? The only reason you're building this is to make it more difficult for them to get onto your roof. Okay? That's the only reason. And if you've got a gate here, I always suggest this. Like, I don't care about this when I base build, but if you're looking for the best defensive wall, this is the best defensive wall. And the reason for that is that it's got the most HP. Okay? Like, if you go to this wall, it's got 225. This wall's got 275. As you upgrade, you know, at the end of the day, that wall, if you upgrade to concrete, will have 2,250. This wall will have 2,750. Okay? So this is the best defensive wall you can make. Unfortunately, with people pushing cars up walls, they can get over this wall if they want to. So, first of all, this is the best outer wall to have. So if you create a bunch of these walls, it's better. Because can they jump over this wall if they use exploits? Yes. Not on my servers, but I mean, I'm trying to help everyone. So it doesn't matter what server you're on. If you're on a server without me as an admin, they can probably jump over this wall. So how do you fix that? Well, you build another wall. You think about every exploit that these babies or wannabes or tryhards can use, and then you just build another wall. Or you play on my servers, of course. But in any case. So yeah. Now, even if they jump over this wall, it won't help them because you can put a lot of spike traps in here. You can put these traps in here, you know. You can put these traps in here. When they walk over it, they die. You can put these traps over here. If they fall on that, they die. You can put barbed wire, you know. You can put barbed wire in here. If they fall, you know, if they fall on the barbed wire, they die. They can still jump onto this, you know. They can still use this to not die. So even if you put this around your base walls, the exploiters, the wannabes, the guys who don't play to have fun, they play to be the best and have fans and put themselves above everyone else, they will use this, okay, to not get hurt by the barbed wire. They will use these steel parts. And then, of course, they'll have Phoenix Tears as well. Because they're using every exploit in the book, getting Phoenix Tears for them. Getting Phoenix Tears is not difficult for them at all, because they're willing to do anything to win. But in any case, if I take a Phoenix Tear now, just make it as difficult as you can for them to get into the base. Use everything at your disposal. Can you be offline raided? Yes, but I mean, on my servers at the moment, you can't get offline raided between Mondays and Fridays. Like Sunday evening, you know, Sunday after midnight, raiding is disabled on my servers. And then Friday afternoon, you know, afternoonish, Friday afternoon, raiding is enabled again on my servers. So you can't really be offline raided through the week. You know, so over the weekend, you can, if you're a solo player, you have to be more active. If you've got a clan, various of you can be online. And then how can you protect your base if you don't go back to your base a lot? Well, then you build this. Now, other people use this to detect, you know, to find fights. You can use this just to protect your base. So you put a silent alarm down and, you know, you put it next to your wall. Okay? So, that, it's behind your wall, but that is how big the sensor is. So if you're online or any of your clan members are online, and the person walks into this bubble that you see here. If they walk into the bubble, the trap will disappear. It's like they triggered your mine or something like that, okay? Your trap will disappear, but you will get a notification on the screen like you would with a cargo drop that tells you somebody triggered that alarm. Okay, you can put many of these alarms. You can put these alarms anywhere. Like if you don't want anyone to ever, you don't care if they go into your base, but you want to know when somebody gets close to your loot room, or you buried a chest somewhere, and you want to know if somebody ever walks close to your chest that you buried while you're online. You can put these things down as well. Okay, and then you can name them as well. So I'll call this front gate, you know, front gate. So now, if this alarm gets triggered, I will be told here in the corner, front gate alarm got triggered. Other people will say B4 bunker, B4 entrance, B4 stairs, because they're going to plant it, you know, in the world to get into fights. So if you ever enter a bunker and there's no one there, and all of a sudden, you know, you've got a clan on top of you, they probably got a base close to that location, or they like to be in that area, and they put silent alarms down there, to tell them when you going in there. If you don't, and I mean, they can put those silent alarms anywhere, and it's quite difficult for you to see those silent alarms. You walk over it, it disappears. So even if you walk over it, it's not like you can spot it later. If you've triggered it, it's gone. They know you're at the bunker, and they're going to come for you. Okay. I don't have a problem with using advanced tactics like that. That's not an exploit, That's how the devs intended that to be used. But again, give them as many layers as you can to get through your base. And then if you want them to take as much time as possible, then just put the dialogues on your doors. Okay? Like, I would rather put a dialogue on my door than not giving myself natural access to my base. Because I understand if I put 1 enforced lock on here, it's going to disappear. If any good lock picker, comes up here, he can go through this very, very easily. But if I put a dialogue, okay, on the door, can he get through it? Can anyone get through it? Yes, anyone can get through it. But at the end of the day, it's going to take him time, okay? It's definitely going to take him time. Okay, so there I set it to whatever it was. So let's make it 0, 0. Yeah, so you just put the mouse over it, scroll your mouse wheel, you put it there. Now, I don't suggest using 0, 0, 0, because that's how people are going to lock pick you. They're going to go, they're going to go, how I would start is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Try and open it. No, okay? 002, try and open it. 003, try and open it. 004, 005, 00. I can literally go through all 1,000 combinations if I've got time. Okay, and if you spawn in, I try and kill you. Or if you don't spawn in, I just sit here until it opens. Okay, but the thing is, you're wasting their time. That's the big thing. And you can put 2, you can put 2 on a door, but you can put 3 on a door, which is going to waste maximum time for them. And I'm honest with you guys. If I get to a place with 3 of these, I'm blowing through the wall. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and go through 1,000 combinations. I'm blowing through the wall. But I mean, if you're using an asset, which I definitely think they need to change, I don't think they should allow people to put dialogues on buildings in the world, because it's unrealistic. You can't go through that building. You can't destroy the walls. You can't destroy the doors. So it's completely unrealistic. So you're not allowed, according to me, you're not allowed to put dialogues on there. But again, it's not unraidable. Someone can go through it. And luckily, these locks aren't too easy to find. But what I would do in the beginning is rather put a dialogue on it. A dialogue is much better than an enforced lock, because a lot of people will be able to get through that advanced lock, but not a lot of people will be willing. Yes, everyone can get through this lock, but a lot less people are willing to go through all 1,000 combinations. And again, they don't see how many locks you've got on this door. So when they try and open the door and they see they have to go through the combinations, they don't know if you've got 2 or 3 locks on here. So 1 lock is more than enough. They don't know how many locks you've got on this door. So once they see it's got a dialogue on, they're just going to go, no way. Because even if I waste my time with this dialogue, maybe it's got another dialogue, and maybe that dialogue is replaced with another dialogue. I'd rather go craft pipe bombs and blow through this guy's wall. Okay, so if you guys have got any questions for me, please leave it down in the comments below. This is the last episode of the handbook, but the first 15 minutes where I was just, where there's just fluff, that's what people call it, fluff. where I wasn't focusing on the base building. That is the core of base building, is to stop thinking about how to not lose things. Put your focus on how to have fun. Build something that's never been built before. Be creative. Take your time. If you don't want to lose your loot, bury your loot in the forest. Don't leave your loot in the base. Okay. If you want to be nasty, with people trying to raid you, then build a base without supports. Put your loot right at the top, because if they raid, put your loot right at the top against the walls. Because if they raid you, then all the loot will despawn. You know, they will lose all the loot, so they won't get anything for their effort. If you want to be spiteful, which I will never do. But what I'm trying to say is just have fun with the game and innovate. Create different designs. You don't have to snap everything. Okay? You don't have to snap everything. You can do this. Okay? And then you can do this. And then you can make a massive wall. You can make a massive wall around your base. But now when someone is down here, you can use these gaps. Okay, you can throw grenades through these gaps. You can shoot people through the gaps. You can throw grenades down. You can, while you're surrounded by bricks. So the only way for a person to kill you is to shoot you from below, but you can lob grenades at them all day long. They can probably lob grenades at you as well, but I mean, you can use these different gaps for different reasons. When you build a staircase, okay, instead of just doing that, okay, so when somebody raids you, they can just come here, kill everyone. But instead of just doing that, you do this. Or you have an outside compartment here, which you can stand on. You have an outside compartment. You build that, but you have to build this as well before you build the other thing. So you build this. Okay. So now you can build that, and now you can build that. And then what you do is you make a garage door here. So when they come to the stairs, they don't see you. Now they see. Now they don't. So when they come to the stairs, you can do different things. Like you can make this floor lower than that floor, and then you force them to like crouch in here. Okay, so you can make this floor lower than that floor, and then force them to like crouch in here. And while they're crouching here, it's much less likely for them to see that. But I mean, this is blocking them already. And in the meantime, they literally have to crouch to get in here. But in any case, in the meantime, you're standing here. Okay, you're using this for cover, shooting at them, so you can and you can make that brick so they can't shoot through that, but you can make this like metal or twigs so that you can still shoot them through it. There's a lot of creative things that you can do in this game, and you're not going to be able to do it by just following my base designs, or following other people's base designs, or trying to make your base unraidable. have fun with your base. Focus on every exploit they can use to get into your base by countering it like this. So the way to counter a car, people using a car, just to put, because the wall's not going to stop them. If they blow through the wall, then they're going to use the car on this wall. If you've got a third wall, they're just going to blow through two walls and then use the car on this wall. They're never going to stop trying to exploit the game because they don't, they just don't care about the game. They only care about themselves. But I mean, you can put a lot of stuff in between for them. Okay, and a grenade is not going to destroy this thing. Okay, a grenade, according to me, is not going to destroy this thing. You see? Gonna need at least 2 grenades. So he's gonna need like a C4 or something to destroy this thing. And that just makes it, gives them more effort. So that's the only thing you focus on. Making it, forcing them to do as much work to get into your base as possible. And then, even then, okay, if you don't want to get raided, don't have any loot that you're not willing to lose in your base. Okay, go cut down a tree. I don't like this, but it's not very realistic, because realistically, I can dig a hole under the no, I can't even dig a hole under the tree. So actually, this is very unrealistic, but people are using it. Okay, people are definitely using it. So cut down a tree. Okay, but before you cut down the tree, it's important for you to pick a thick tree and then just mark it with blueprints. Okay, so that you know where the center is, because you want the bulge of it to be hidden. Okay, so you cut down the tree. Okay, so now you roughly know where the center is. And now you put the chest in there. Like, I think this is more or less where the center is. More or less there. Okay. Now you put your loot in here. And then you bury it. And you don't have to put it right next to your base, because most experienced players knows that this is a method of doing it. And they will... And there's a lot of cheaters who's got ESP, which will just run to your chest immediately, which can see everything on the map. So, if you've got a cheater on your server, they will come and find this chest with no problem. But if you've got a cheater, they're going to struggle a bit to get into your base, unless they, like, I don't know, skydive into your base or something like that. But I mean, you can't really do anything about them except play on a server where they, where there's active admins, playing on a private server. But I mean, I haven't had many issues with this, although, I've banned more than 600 people already on my servers, but I haven't had a major problem with this. So you bury this. So we're just going to get a shovel. So you put all your great loot in here. Okay? All your great loot. And you craft the shovel. And I mean, you can name it as well. You can set the name so that you know what's what. But you can bury this now with a shovel. Okay, so there is buried. You can clearly see the bulge. Okay, you can clearly see the bulge that it makes. So, if it's not hidden by a tree or inside a bush, people can easily find it. But what you do now is, if you want to see what other people are going to see, even if the trees cut down, like you can hide everything in here. Okay, you can put all the logs inside here. Because whenever somebody else comes, and even there's even people that exploit this, like, guys, it's just insane what people are willing to do to win. You know, it's sad, but it's true. But I'm so glad I'm not you. Okay, so in any case, you can do this. Okay, and what another person is going to see when he comes here is this. The only reason you seeing the trees chopped down is because you're in the vicinity. If somebody else comes there afterwards, then this is what they're going to see. Okay, so I've removed all the blueprints. So this is what a person's going to see. He's going to come and bring his car and his exploits or his C4s and his explosions and blow up your entire base. In the meantime, all the loot is right here. How does he know it's right here? There's no way of him knowing it's right here because I put everything inside there. Remember, I put all the logs and the branch inside there. There's no way for him to know which tree I used. And I don't have to use the tree right next to my base. My base is filled with forests. I just want it to be relatively close to my base, but I can use any tree in this vicinity. And I can use multiple trees. And, you know, he's going to have to look at every tree like this. You know? He's going to have to look at every tree like this. And that's how you can move it. That's when you know a tree isn't perfect. The tree is good, but it's not perfect because there's some parts of it sticking out. You do get very, 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 very thick trees where you can literally hide. Where is it? There. You can literally hide this thing in a tree. There are trees where you can hide a wardrobe inside, okay? So there are bigger trees that no one will ever see that, but there's not a lot of those trees. So if they think you buried this inside a tree, or you hid this inside a tree, or you buried this inside a tree, they'll be able to use that. And there's a lot of people that exploit the tree system with PvP, and I really don't know why the devs haven't fixed it over years. But this is if you don't want to lose your loot, run through your own forest, put down, bury the loot, and then just mark it with something. You can mark it with the flag, or you can mark it with the blueprint, just so that you know that's your tree. Okay? And you can enjoy the game. Like, if you learn how to do a kill box at some point, then you'll never care about the loot inside your base. If you fill your base, like the only reason I'll fill my base is with resources that I need to upgrade my base. Once my base is fully upgraded, I don't need a lot of loot in my base. I need food. I need 1 sniper rifle or 2 sniper rifles, 2 ARs, maybe a grenade launcher. At the end of the day, guys, I want, if a person raises my base, like if I was playing solo, I would give people as much. I would let the big clan, the clan that wants to brag about how good they are, I would let them waste all their resources on raiding my base, and then when they get to my loot room, there is 5 guns for them. Maybe a piece of armor and a helmet. because I don't need to stock up on loot. I need to enjoy the game. And filling my base up with 500 weapons and 500 of this and 500 of that, first of all, puts a lot of pressure on my base. So every time when I go to my base lags out big time because it has to read all this information. And then when I get raided, I lose a lot of stuff. You know, which me personally, I'll never care about it. But if you get affected by being raided or being killed, learn how to do a kill box. Learn all the loot spots. Learn how to use your time as effectively as possible so that even if you die 1,000 times in one day, you can still smile about it and still enjoy the game. That's my final tip to you. Get ready for the Scum tutorial. That will be 5 to 10 minutes each and every day. And let your friends know about that series. And yeah, share it with your friends, family, and anyone that you want to expose to this game. And I will help you with that by making very, very short tutorial videos. And then when 0.85 comes out, I'll make my best, or let's again between brackets, my most professional ultimate guide that I've ever made. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you found it helpful, click the like button. And if you want to see and learn everything there is to see and learn about Scum, then click the subscribe button, guys. Sorry I was gone for so long, but I'm back. So let's look at the positive. Cheers.